And you know what? Oh, Xavier, look what you're doing there. It is about that time, ladies and gentlemen. This is Bacon on the Rocks. I, of course, am Chuck Obernesser, your lovely host. Actually, no, not at all. Not lovely. But we got Xavier back there. And today we have a special guest. Today we have Gary Julian. Xavier, pop him up. Where is he?
What's up, everybody?
Oh, jeez, there he is.
How are we? This is
That's
really
right.
cool. Yeah.
So Mike is off tonight. He is being the good father that he is and watching the kids. So, Mike, we wish you were here. Hey, if you're watching the stream, I can connect my... Ooh, look at that catch. Oh,
That
yeah.
was Ninja. That was Spider-Man. It happened to me with my sunglasses
That almost
yesterday.
flew out of my hand right there. But, Mike, you can give us a call or, and you can call on in if you want, and we'll get you connected there if you want to join. Because he said he might try. He said he might try to call in if the kids kind of, get to bed and it quiets down at the house. So we'll
Right.
see what happens. But still, we got Gary here today. So, Gary, what's going on?
Nothing, man. I don't know whether to look at the screen or look at you or look at...
Whichever one's prettier. If you want, you can look at yourself.
I don't know, man. I was just happy to be a part of this. When you called me, I was like, yes, I'm trying to learn this and the ins and outs. And, I certainly don't have a problem with talking, but I have no idea the technology,
Yep.
the work that goes into it. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited to see what you do and how you go about things, man.
It's an experience. I mean,
Yeah.
even just for me, even though I've been in media for quite a long time, it's like still just, and Xavier's just getting a taste of it now. And unfortunately, he's liking it a little bit. So I'm like, crap. But
And I think, like you said, what we talked about with certain things taking over, whether it be AI and, all this other technology, I think there's those secret little pathways within that career that could be beneficial. My
Yep.
daughter wants to be a sportscaster.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know, she's 9 years old and she's watching football. She remembers all these stats.
Oh, wow.
All these names. And I don't even watch football, and she's really into it. And I'm like trying to just at least do everything I can to hone in those superpowers, but be realistic and try and find those little avenues that you have to change with the times.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you don't change with the times, you're just going to kind of fall back.
Yeah.
So
So everybody, hey, thanks for watching. We're live on YouTube right now. If you're listening to the podcast, you can always check us out every week. We try to let you know. Today I fell a little bit behind. I was a little bit busy. My daughter started swim tonight, so I was busy kind of running around getting her there, and then also got to do work and find time to actually get all the graphics and all that stuff done. So I ran a little bit late today, and I was hoping to launch our website. That didn't happen today.
Oh, okay.
There's so many little things that just didn't happen, but at the same time, you know what? We still got our listeners out there. They love it. And then anybody that's watching us stream, Xavier can, you guys can write to Xavier on there. He'll comment. He's right there. Right, Xavier?
Yeah.
That's about it.
he's a man of many words, Xavier.
That's as much as he says, pretty much. So we got to kind of,
Okay,
we got to coax him into talking.
I don't know if I could actually.
We didn't even put a camera up for you.
I know.
Oh,
You don't want that.
man.
You don't want that, man.
Oh.
That's a weird age to be,
Ooh.
though, isn't it,
Yeah.
man? You remember that age? Like
Yeah.
I was all over the place. Like that's just the world. Everything's confusing. So I could see why, man. You're a little reluctant, but that's okay.
So-
I'm not going to focus on you just yet. I'll warm up, okay?
I'm sorry, Xavier. I feel bad I didn't put you a camera in front of you.
It is fine.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyways. So my daughter started swimming. I mean, you've got to be going crazy too. Kids and sports and just life in general.
Cheer dad, man.
I mean, both of us. Yeah.
My wife coaches, for the cheer team.
Yep.
And both daughters cheer. So I'm just trying to play my part. I was home with my daughters all summer because I just recently retired from the military. So they give me an opportunity, and I just try to, I don't know, have a different mindset, I guess, where I know every time could be the last time I do something with them, whether it be a piggyback ride, whether it be, I don't know. I just try to have a different mindset where at least I'm moving forward with making those moments and at least taking advantage of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whereas before I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was like, well, everything was exhausting, and it just kept going down that rabbit hole of like, well, where's the good in all this? You really got to stop. And I'm not saying be unrealistic. We're not talking about being Mary frickin' Poppins, but at least enough to go, okay, there's a balance, right? To kind of take that moment, take that breath, and like just smell the roses.
Yeah, I know. And that's just, I used to work with another company, and I had my own production company when I first started out.
Oh, okay, really?
I had that, and I kind of did my own TV stuff, and I was always busy. It was always the company, and the kids started to come along, and still, it's like when you have your own business, it's like you're going 24/7, especially in media. You shoot a commercial, you shoot stuff like that. People expect nowadays it's done. Like, okay, so we just shot it, so I can see it tomorrow, right? And it's like, whoa, wait a minute. Everybody's so used to just like instant gratification that it's
Right.
like, I want it now. And
Right.
it's like, it's going to take more than just a minute. I mean, I can get you some, but it's going to look like crap.
Right.
So it's like, so, and even, you know, I mean, even right now with what we're doing with the podcast, it's like we instantly get it out. And that's why, I mean, as you saw the setup we have, it's a little more intense because we want to put out as good of a product as we can at this point right now with Xavier doing the transitions and putting up the graphics as we go. Like, you know, you can, like right now, if I were to say, you can check us out at Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you know, Xavier throws up the lower third and just, there's all these little things that just keep going. But the other business I was working in was in the sports industry, and you're just going.
I could imagine.
It's going, and you're always on call, and there's always something going on no
Right.
matter what, because, you know, you got to keep the money generating. You got a
Right.
big arena. If it's sitting there, you ain't making money.
No, people are paying a lot of money
that's
to
right.
go see sports.
That's right.
Whatever
So
sports.
being a part of that also, you know, I mean, it was a fantastic time. I learned a lot, and it's just, but, you know, it got to the point where he plays hockey. Natalie was getting ready to do stuff. I never watched him play. I was always working.
Right.
Because with the teams he was on, if the home team, the big team was actually there playing, I couldn't be there to watch him because he'd be shipping out to Buffalo or somewhere else.
Yeah.
So this new job I'm at, I mean, it's opened it up where it's like, I've been missing this, and I'm glad I'm kind of back and being able to do it.
Right,
So,
man. Yeah. Isn't that the secret?
Yeah.
You know, and like you said, when it comes to people want things now and rushing things, I don't know, man. I'm trying to take my time with life, and not sort of just enjoy the process, I guess. And not enough people do it. You know, like you said, everybody, they want it now. Well, what's the hurry?
Yeah.
You know, and don't we all want to find something that we just have fun doing? It's not impossible.
Nope.
Sure, you may not make as much money at first, and sure, you may not, you know, be succeeding in that realm. But if that's not important to you, I mean, money is important to me when I have it, but it's not my driving force.
Exactly. Yep.
You know, I've spent so much time grinding, and even with me being in the military, it was always like to that 20. Get to that 20.
Yep.
Get to that 20.
Yeah.
You know, and you're there, and you're getting to it, and you're like, well, and then you're just going to go to the next thing.
Yeah.
So you might as well take a chance, do something you love, and kind of go from there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because I really believe once I started finding that, once I, you know, kind of got out of the military and started finding Gary, because it's a different side, right?
Yeah.
You know,
it's got to be a whole new world just doing that. Yeah.
It really is. And you know, it's still a process, and it's always a journey. I'm ever evolving, or I'm constantly evolving into something better than I want to be. That's the goal. But also, you know, I think with me right now, not having a full-blown plan, structure, just sort of an idea, and kind of be me, take the steps, and sort of go the organic route like I never did before, because I always questioned it, because I always did the secure thing, or you know what I mean, something where I had that that label. Like, if I feel like a loser right now, well, you can't call me one because I'm in the Air Force. I have that uniform, you know what I mean? That sense of purpose.
Yep.
You know, we all need that. And, you know, I mean, we want to provide, and we want to, you know, kind of feed our soul. And we're just confused on how to go about doing that, and then get bogged down by everything else that life hits us with.
Yeah.
And then we forget what's important.
Yeah. And see, with that, in a little bit, I don't want to do it yet because it's early, but what you're looking to pursue that you're kind of saying is why I actually brought you on tonight, because we were talking at one of the games.
Yes, sir.
And so we'll bring that up here in a little bit. We'll touch on a few things first, and then Gary's got a little special present, so I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited about it. So first thing, though, I do want to say is we were talking about having fun, and you know what? It's the end of September, and this throws everybody off. Is in case you didn't know, at the end of September is actually when Oktoberfest starts in Germany. So it actually started just the other day, and
Have you ever been?
I don't think I've never left the U.S.
Okay.
I've been to Hawaii. I mean, I've left the continental U.S., but I've been to Hawaii, but I haven't been to.
I don't understand how that's U.S. It's like
It's so far away, but that's the U.S., baby.
Yeah, we got you. You're a pretty country. We love you. Like, come on, be a part of us.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So Oktoberfest just started, and I mean, there's some local places. I know Babes for sure. They have their stuff going on. They put up like the big tents. They do as much traditional stuff as they can. They have the nice Bavarian pretzels. They make some really big ones with some beer cheese. Fantastic if you haven't had it.
Doesn't Saranac do?
Saranac's actually doing one. I think it's this Friday. I think they're having an Oktoberfest maybe for throughout the weekend.
Oh,
I
really?
did see something
At the
on
brewery?
Facebook at the brewery itself. Yeah, so they're doing their own thing.
Did you go to the new place?
I haven't been there yet, and I want to
it's
try it.
fantastic. You could bring the kids and everything.
Yeah.
Really chill environment. You know what I mean? It just doesn't seem to be like, it's not chaotic.
Yeah.
You know, there's families there on the picnic tables when it's nice weather. And it's just, I'm glad to see the community going in that direction. And you're seeing all the, you know, different, I guess, improvement on Varick Street. And they're really trying to, you know, make it a tourist destination in a lot of ways. And the owner of Saranac, I forgot his name.
Fred Matt.
Okay.
Yep. He's one. I think he's one of. I don't know if he's the owner, but
Well,
he's one of them.
there was one that you know, he always supported us in our
And Nick
unit.
Matt. There was Nick Matt and Fred Matt. Those
Yeah.
are kind of the two. I don't know if Nick stepped down. I don't know, but those were the two.
There was
main
a guy
guys.
that was always at my old unit that was
Okay.
always just, you know, supporting us and,
Yeah.
you know, doing everything he can. And I always remember things like that. So he's a real good part of the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
No, the Mets, they're fantastic. I mean, I've worked with them a couple times throughout this whole process. You know, I used to do stuff with the Boilermaker.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So I'd be
okay.
running into them all the time
Yeah,
and
yeah.
doing. I mean, it's just like my wife. Like when my wife said to you, "Oh, he does the podcast. He knows everybody." I like know everybody to one degree or another. So
Isn't that ironic how your wife, like, I'm talking and you're saying you're the magic right behind me. I'm like, okay, Mr. Wizard, let's talk. You know, I'm glad she said something, you know, and that was nice of you to lend that information
Yeah.
as well, man. Very kind of you. Because most people would be, I gotta help this guy. Or, you know what I mean? You know what I
love
mean?
helping people, yeah.
I know. And it's really great. So I appreciate that.
But the crazy part is though, she hates that I do this. So to have her like when she's like, "Oh, he does this," and then and when she said that I do a podcast and you should come on it, that like blew my mind because it's like I always try to get people here, and she's like, "I don't want anybody coming to the house," and I'm just like, "Well, that's in case you couldn't tell." That's been where the podcast is right now, is out of my house until we get things a little bit more figured out. So if you want to sponsor us, we'll take your money.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got some other ideas, some magic up his sleeve. But yeah, man, I could see crossing those paths. Like I may seem open, but I'm also private about my family. Like I'm on Instagram and I do funny videos, but you know, I don't put my kids on it.
Yeah.
Not because I don't want to, because that's my comedy. If they want to do their own thing or something with me that makes it friendly towards them, you know, obviously I'm a little more adult side of things, and that's okay. And I'm not hiding that from them, but you know, I'm trying to kind of balance it out. And I don't know what's right, but I'm just trying to make sure that they sign off on it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to embarrass them or all these parents like put their kids on YouTube, and nothing against anybody. I mean, I think that's great if the kids sign off on it.
Yeah.
You know, you notice it. You ever see some of those videos where the kid's like,
Oh yeah, you can tell. Yeah, and they're being forced.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. And I don't know. Do you feel like you always have a camera in your face, or you just do this like this is sort of partial? Like this isn't your whole life, right?
Yeah.
You know, or do you do YouTube, and you know, do you do those videos or anything like that?
See, the funny part is being in media and what I do. I don't enjoy video. I enjoy this part. I enjoy the editing and all that.
Right.
It's not my. I know how to do it, and the reason I taught myself is because then I didn't have to depend. Like if an editor just dropped me and I had no idea what to do, then I was SOL.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I want to know how to do it. So I taught myself how to edit and how to, you know, manipulate and do all that. Learn the technology. To just learn the whole gamut.
Yeah.
So that way I could be my own media person and I don't have to depend on anybody. But this is what I more enjoy. I enjoy being, I guess you could say, the talent, even though I got to work on the talent part.
You're doing fine. You think so? No. Nah, man, you just seem to
talking.
be. Yeah, but
So-
you're being your natural self.
Yeah,
and I
this
think
is how I am.
You
Yeah.
have to be authentic. If you're
Yeah.
trying to force or like play this role, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
And that's what I was trying to like figure out. I was like, how could I just do something and just be Gary?
Yeah.
That's where I got the go ahead Gary. You know, it's worked out for me because I'm not asking questions on who I am or asking people. I'm telling
Yeah.
the world who I am.
Yep.
I'm not asking everybody who I should be.
Yeah.
Whereas before that was the case.
Yeah.
Constantly. So yeah, man, I see a lot of people in what you do and not overdoing, not making it their entire life,
Yeah.
especially with you doing the media and being the magic behind all of it and knowing the ins and outs. I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's that's the gift. You don't have to be bothered. You don't have to have the pressure.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what
just
I
like
mean?
when you want to do it.
Yeah, you're doing your own
So,
thing. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
I wish I paid attention in college because I went to Herkimer for this.
Oh, did you?
I was
Okay.
on the radio. I did my own radio
They
show.
had a great They really. I don't
Yeah.
know where it's at. I haven't heard lately, but they always had a
It
great
was
program.
a great program.
It
and I
was.
just wish I was more mature at the time and had a bigger direction. That's why I joined.
Yeah.
That's why I joined the military because
Okay.
I needed that structure. But anyway, that was yeah, man, that was. It's cool. It's just, and I want to learn it now. Ironically enough. So yeah.
So we'll bring it back around here for Oktoberfest. So I know we're talking about having fun. We're having fun today. Today's all about fun.
It's just let go with the flow. But
So-
Oktoberfest, I always wanted to go. You see everybody in
It's
Germany.
crazy. Yeah.
It's a time. I've been to Germany 8 times.
Oh wow.
Never
Okay.
left the base.
Really?
Never.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
that's horrible.
Yeah, I know.
Ah.
I know. I know.
So we're going to talk about a few of the big components with October. Oh, look at that. My hand's flying up. Okay, sorry. Anyways, so we're going to talk about a few things here with Oktoberfest. Some of the big things. So the one main thing is the kickoff to Oktoberfest. It starts at noon. And again, I'm sorry, I forgot the date. I know it just started. So, but it's in Munich, and Munich's mayor is the one that, Xavier, you can pop up one. Yeah, there you go. That's a good one. So mayor taps the first keg. And the next day, there is actually a crowd of more than 7,000 people that join a 5-mile procession with dancers, floats, animals, just a whole celebration. Could you imagine a 5-mile long, just like parade, basically, going down, just like, let's say Genesee Street. We'll just use like what we have here. Like 5 miles long. That's like going into New Hartford, past the mall. Like, that's crazy. That's really crazy.
It's a wild time.
I can't believe it.
It sounds like the best time ever, though. I just want to go and I want to drink out of the boot, Das Boot.
Yeah.
Right? I want
Did
to
you ever watch Beer Fest?
Yes.
Such
Yes.
a great movie.
And I want
Such a great movie.
Those guys, Super Troopers, all that. They're just, it's my kind of comedy.
See, now if you listen to any other podcast, I've never seen Super Troopers.
Oh, really?
And that's the face I get. That is like, what are you talking about?
Why
didn't watch it.
you don't like it?
It hasn't
Are you not a
fallen
movie-
into my lap to watch it yet.
Yeah, let it fall in your lap, man. You got to let it fall in your
There's so many movies that people are like, you haven't seen
I
that
will
one?
write you a list. I do this to my brother-in-law constantly. I'll talk about movies and I'll say quote. I do it to my wife, and they look at me like, when you just remember a quote of a movie. Do you kids do that, Xavier, these days?
No.
Quote movies? Nothing.
No,
okay.
they don't.
So yeah, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
The old school. You know what I mean? Like, geez, these are pivotal cult classics.
Yeah.
So, but with Oktoberfest, how'd we get into the movies in Oktoberfest? Oh, Beer Fest.
Yeah,
Because
Beer Fest, yeah.
so just so I'm tracking, Oktoberfest, they're wearing the German. What are they called? The
The Lederhosen.
Lederhosen.
Yeah.
And X, can you pull that up again? That
Did I
little
give you a picture of one of them in that?
that little pit because I want to try to pronounce that name where the mayor
Oh, yeah, that one.
Hofbra
Hofbrau
Festzelt.
Festzelt. Yes.
Are you German?
I am.
Oh, yeah. So
But I
this
didn't
is
take German.
This is your heritage then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
my family was born in the town of Obernessa, is where we come from. There's a town with our original name was Obernessa.
You guys like royalty, man?
I want to go there and like at least look stuff up.
I bet you're.
I would very much love to do that.
Wait, Germans aren't knighted, are they? No, that's
No,
UK.
yeah.
They're not under. I'm stupid when it comes to all that stuff, and I'm
No,
not.
no,
And
no,
I'm
no.
not even trying to.
I wish they were.
showcase otherwise. Yeah. I mean, you ever like? I did 23andMe, and I'm like, okay,
Yep.
okay, I'm 5% black.
There you go, yeah.
I know. I don't even know. I don't know exactly how that translates, but I'm definitely using that to my advantage in every kind of way.
There you go. Yep.
I was trying to get more black friends. I always talk about that. But
So-
with the what was I going to say? With the 23andMe, so your whole family and you. I mean, did your grandparents or what's your lineage?
My grandparents came over on the boat. The one funny story I have from that is my great grandfather was his first time coming over. Obviously his first time coming over. When he was coming over on the boat, he was given a banana from a lady on the boat. Like, here you go. You're hungry. Here's a banana for you. He ate the whole thing. He didn't peel it or anything. He just ate it with the skin on and everything.
This is your grandfather?
Yeah, and he spit it out. He goes, "This is horrible." And she goes, "No." And then she peeled it for him and showed him how to actually apply, like how to eat a banana.
Oh, okay.
So, I
Did
mean,
he see
that's-
the manly way?
He just ate it. He's like, "Yeah."
No, you
He's
can't.
Like,
Yeah,
this
you
is
can't.
horrible.
Yeah. That's a toss up with guys.
So-
I see. You had to bring up bananas.
But it's
didn't
just
you?
weird to think that it's like someone had never seen he's from Germany, but he's never seen a banana. It was his first experience, like seeing a banana, and so we just figured you ate it like that.
I wonder if he held it from the stem because that's what I.
It might have.
Do you guys know that?
Yeah.
That's the normal way to hold it.
We open up. Everybody around here opens up the wrong way. We open from the top.
Yeah, I mean, we do
well,
too.
Yeah.
I mean, I try to do it, so just to kind of flex.
Yep,
Like
yep.
I'm doing it the right way. Banana owners, like they're watching. But Oktoberfest, man, I like the offshoots because a lot of bars, I don't know specifically, but it seems to be the thing that ties into the whole fall. You just can't. Just people are drinking pumpkin spice and beer and
Okay.
wearing
Pumpkin
vests.
spice. We're no
Wearing vests. Do they tie that in the Oktoberfest?
I don't think. No, Oktoberfest. That is not a pumpkin or a pumpkin spice thing. That is an American tragedy.
Yeah,
and that's all there is
They're
to
just
it.
drinking beers and eating.
But you can admit it if you like it. It's okay.
No, I don't. I can't. I just get regular coffee. I can't stand. I don't want to say I can't stand, but they make everything pumpkin.
Yeah.
They do that to everything.
Yeah, I know.
When people like it, it's like when your kids say they like something and they're picky eaters.
Yeah.
You buy a caseload. And then
they don't eat it.
Yeah, that's how society is when it comes to like pumpkin.
I know.
You know, hey,
Yeah.
you guys want some pumpkin steak or pumpkin eggs or pumpkin pasta, pumpkin raviolis? I mean, I had to pretend. I mean, it's not too bad because
much.
they make like a sweet glaze that kind of goes with the pumpkin. It's actually not too bad, but then you're like, oh my god, I like this pumpkin. It's like, yeah, you know,
I like it in pumpkin pie, and there you go. That's
it.
all I want.
That's it.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
So,
it's
and I can only take so much pumpkin pie. I used to really like it. Now it's not. I'm kind of about it now.
So with Oktoberfest, so you've never been, man. You got to put that on your bucket list.
I would like
You
to try
got
and
you
just get to
you and
Germany.
X got to go,
so.
man. You guys got to go.
So, but it's funny you mentioned Lederhosen.
Okay.
So before, because that's like the next big thing. There is just like, would you go? Would you like get fully garbed out?
I go hard.
I'm not someone that does that either.
Why?
I don't know. I just,
What are you doing?
I know.
I think you need to try and challenge yourself, Chuck. I think that's why we've crossed
I
paths.
have a picture.
I think that's why you're going to say, okay.
I had one pair. My parents went to Germany. They won a trip. And so they did go to Germany and they bought me a pair. But it's like for a 3-year-old.
Or do you get embarrassed easily?
No.
So, but you won't
Not
put,
anymore, no.
But you won't put one of those on?
A 3-year-old one? It won't even fit over my foot.
No, but if you had one your
Oh.
size. What is it? Like you got to
I'm
dive.
not
You got to
big on
dive
wearing-
in.
The weird thing with me, I don't get into outfits like that. I don't know. Like even Halloween, I'm not a fan of Halloween. Like if I do Halloween, I can't go and buy a cheap little, like let's say I want to be Batman. Okay,
You got to get a good Batman.
I want a real Batman. I want to do it completely right. And
So you
you're
go
spending
hard or go
thousands
home.
of dollars, and
Well-
I'm like, I ain't spending that.
Well, you got to find a happy medium there, Chuck.
See,
Because
that's what I can't. It's either
so-
all the way or forget it.
Well, I have Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah.
A couple of them. And, I'm not fitting as well as I'd like to. But, man, I would rock that thing till the wheels fell off.
Yeah.
I used to go on the street corners and dance while we were having garage sales.
Yeah.
And try to hype people up and get them to my house. Hang from the tree when my daughters were getting off the bus.
Yeah.
That's the kind of guy I am. You know what I mean? So there's no limit. So you throw me a lederhosen, even if it was, or whatever we call it. If it's for a 3-year-old, if that's the only thing I got, I might put it on. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man, I know. It's,
Yeah. I know.
can't change.
Yep.
It's fun. I want to see that for you though, man. I want to see you go to Germany. You should write this down. I mean, it's got to be on your bucket list.
We'll see. We'll see.
If you could think of, so there's two, you want to go with your family and enjoy that aspect of Germany, right? And then the boys, I don't know.
Yeah.
Were you in a fraternity?
No.
No?
Not even a drinker. I don't even drink.
That's okay.
That's a bad part of Oktoberfest with me. It's like I won't be drinking the beer. I mean,
But
they got to have other stuff there.
but
I mean,
the
they'll have other
food's
stuff.
amazing.
That's exactly.
You know what I mean?
The pretzels. The pretzels are a big thing, but there's also like a cookie that they make, or there's something like that, like some other like a German type of cookie.
like with German
And,
chocolate.
Yeah. They've got like cookies there. Another big thing is like the chicken. They sell like those chickens either whole or half, and you're just sitting there walking around just feasting on it with a beer in the other hand. Oh, there's our pretzels. Yep. So
See, isn't that the life what that guy's doing? I
Dude.
mean, he's handing out pretzels at Oktoberfest. That's
what
the
I would want.
That might be the
I don't think I'd
dream.
be selling them though. I think I'd be eating them all.
That's okay. I think you get a snack back at the end of it.
So, But yeah, so food. I also, bratwurst is probably there. They got the sausages. They got the knödel, which are dumplings, I guess, and a hoax, which are pork knuckles. That's like some of the more popular foods that are actually there. So, but the other thing I didn't really know that was going on, I thought it was just like a bunch of tents. You go and drinking beer. That's all it is. But there's a fair. There's just like a fair, as if you were to go like to a normal fair, like as a part of it too. They got 164-foot Ferris wheel. Yeah, there it is right there. It's a huge Ferris wheel.
Wait, is that enclosed?
I don't know, but
I like the gondola style Ferris wheel.
oh, Xavier's zooming in for us. There you go, Xavier.
Yeah,
it looks like
it's
you
open.
can kind of sit. Yeah, it's open, but it looks like you can sit like 6 people or so in there. It looks like.
Yeah,
so it's
I'd definitely get
a really
on
big Ferris wheel, and then
time.
they've got just like as if you go to a carnival, they got games of chance, they got food stalls, souvenir stands, all those different kind of things. But the craziest part about all this isn't like a certain place where they leave the buildings up. Like everything is torn down, and it's just like a field again. They don't leave the Ferris wheel there. It's not like this is our
This is a permanent fixture.
Yeah, exactly.
How long does it happen for?
I want to say it almost goes for a month, if I remember correctly. It might be a little bit less than that, but it goes for a couple weeks solid.
Okay.
I can't imagine.
And they have a flea circus.
I know. A flea.
I mean,
understand. Out of everything, I was like a flea
ever
circus.
since Pee Wee's Playhouse or Pee Wee's Circus.
Yeah.
And the fleas, I remember that. I remember that vividly. But yeah, I want to see a flea circus.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand how it all started or why. I know you said there's a certain tradition that they do to open up the ceremony, but is there a celebration? Like, what are they celebrating? I know that's a stupid question.
I see, and that's just, I had to research this like 2 years ago when we were starting it with Babes. I had to like kind of handle and put some of this together, so I had to look up some of the history, and I forgot the reason that they were doing this. I don't know if there was just a celebration in general for it. That I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah, because Germans love to drink.
So yeah, and if anybody knows, you can comment and send Xavier the comment if you're watching live right now and let us know, because right now we're stuck. So it'd be great if you actually went to our YouTube channel, watched it,
phone in.
Yeah, I'd love it. Yeah, I know Mike's out, so he can't phone in.
No, we want to phone in someone. What was that called on with that Regis show? Where they call a friend.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yeah,
phone a friend. Yeah.
Yeah. I just watched a clip of that the other day where the guy called just to tell his dad he won $1 million.
Oh, did you just see that one?
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. You know how something pops up
but
and you've seen it before? Yeah.
Yep. So, but yeah, so Oktoberfest is going on right now. Again, I know it's going on at Babes. You can go check it out. It definitely at Saranac. I think it started. Oh, what's that, Xavier? Oh, you're popping it up. What it is? So. Recent Oktoberfest annual festival in Munich, Germany, held over a 2-week period. Okay, so it's 2 weeks and ending on the first Sunday in October. The festival originated on October 12th, 1810, in celebration of the marriage of the Crown Prince of Bavaria, who later became King Louis I, to Princess Therese von Schanzen Hildburghausen.
I love
Hildburghausen. Yeah. So
I love that for them.
Thank you, Xavier.
Like, let's make the hardest names we can.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
And the way that they're like, oh, it's a bros. They just have the
so scary sometimes.
And they're yelling all the time.
You are just. Why are you yelling? I'm not.
Don't come off.
I'm just ordering a sandwich. I did okay.
Sauerkraut. But yeah, so that's Oktoberfest, and the food is, I mean, I'd definitely be going for the food. That's a definite. But speaking of food, Xavier, we got that clip coming up here. I was going through, as you were saying, like Facebook, and you were just mentioning about the kid you saw, that millionaire thing.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing that I saw, I couldn't believe. I mean, this kid, I think he was kind of working an angle, and I don't think it's not a horrible thing, but it's kind of risky too. So Xavier, if you got that clip, I'm gonna bring this up a little bit so you can hear it. So
you
watch
feel me?
what
The
he
line
does, and
long.
we'll come back on the
So
other
if the
side.
line long, shit, you ain't gonna get what you want, but you gonna get something. You feel me?
So he's at
So we
Wendy's
gonna go
right
all the way
now,
to the
and what
front.
he's doing is there's a long
You know what I'm saying?
Someone's right now ordering. So you know how there's
Probably
usually
like right here. Shit. We gonna see what they order. I'm gonna just get the food.
Listen to this part.
854. Hey, you add a burger on there?
I can't do add-ons at the window.
You can't? That line long as hell. This one burger. Y'all can't. I forgot what I ordered. What I had ordered?
A crispy chicken niggas order.
Oh Oh yeah, that's cool. You ain't spend that money though.
So he's
$8.
paying for it.
But that's the risky part. What are you gonna get?
And the people behind me.
Oh, this looks so fun. You know what I mean?
That
It's
lady
kind
looks
of
like,
like
damn.
it's kind of like those surprise
Appreciate
things
it.
that you have to open up that you don't know what they are. Don't tell them
What is it?
because it's not. It's I
Yeah.
mean,
My fault.
it's gonna be Wendy's.
You forget.
Yeah, unless it's I don't know that they don't do
You got a
that.
straw?
Impossible Burger,
Packet?
do they?
I can't believe it. I was just like, that is a heck of a.
That's an idea.
It is just to try and see what. I mean, just for S&Gs, it'd be kind of like.
But
Hey.
was that just the? I mean, was that a trend?
No,
That or did
Not that
that
I know
dude
of.
make that up?
I
wanted-
haven't seen anything else on that. I can't tell you for sure.
Listen, because I want to find that kid's name and I want to commend him and I want to start a business with him because if he's got that idea to go and do that, hey, you're
did you-
cooking, homie.
Did you ever have something? Did you, not, and I'm not saying exactly like that, but did you ever have something where you were kind of like working an angle and you're like it always worked every time, or something where you kind of took advantage of people? Not
Yo, yeah.
not even advantage, but you're
no,
just like
man. I've had some history, but what I'll do is I'll go vanilla. I'll go the vanilla direction, and we'll talk about a G-rated crime where there was a car wash.
just don't self-incriminate yourself.
Yeah, no. There was a car wash, and we did the penny wash.
Okay.
Because you have to buy the tokens, but me and my buddies learned that you just take the pennies.
Yeah.
And if you flick them hard enough, you're washing
It
your
would
car for
count it.
5 cents. You know what I mean?
There you okay.
I'll tell you some stories off air, but we'll talk in third person. Listen, I know a couple people that did other things, and it's third.
Other things.
Listen, I've been in the military for quite some time, and we've learned to talk about all our some of our not so favorable activity in the third person.
Yeah.
Like if it was you, your name's Joe. You know what
Everybody's
I mean?
Joe.
Yeah, God, Joe. That Joe, he's a bad guy. Yeah, but that's the only thing I could really think of. But that was ingenious. How about you, man?
Dude, I that's just it. I saw that and I was like, it's like, I feel bad for the person, but at the same time I don't, because you know what? You could be like, the person who he took that order from, as he pulls ahead, the next person that pulls up and she's like 809, and the person's like, what do you mean 8? Or well, no, let's say, so the amount was 809. And so the next one is like, okay, 554, and the guy'd be like, but it was 809 on the menu. What do you mean, what?
Yeah,
So,
you are messing up the whole rhythm.
Do you feel that it's like, oh, I'm getting away with it? They're not charging me the amount they said, and so, or do you like catch them and be like, wait, what's the order?
But here's the thing:
No.
someone could win on the other end of that too.
know.
Or like, no, you messed up my order.
Yeah.
I mean, it could create chaos. It probably does.
Mm-hmm.
But also, too, I mean, do you have an opportunity to go? What if you pull up and the order's like $75?
Yeah, I know.
And it's, you know what I mean? Do you say,
Yeah.
oh no, that's not mine. What's the next one?
Yeah.
And that, and then they call you out. So you could probably pull off. And see, here's the thing: where if I tried that now, I would admit what I did.
Yeah.
If I know that I'm caught out, I'm like, here's the thing: I saw this. My buddy showed
Had
it
to
to me.
try
I was
it.
just on his podcast, and it's fun. And give a shout out
no,
to your
no, no,
podcast
no.
and be like, oh my God. Like, so I wanted to try it and
Yeah.
I failed at it, really own the embarrassment of the moment. That's what
Yeah.
I would do. But I could imagine you could win real big
Yeah.
but you're paying for it either way.
I know. And it's funny you say that, because I remember I have like two quick stories on this. One time, how always people like to pay it forward, or do something like that.
Yeah.
So someone paid for mine. I was in McDonald's in the drive-through window one time, and so I was like, okay, someone paid for me. So I was like, okay, I'll pay for the next person. And the cashier paused and looked at me, because my order, let's say it was like $4.57 or something like that. It was breakfast time, so I had my app and I got a deal.
$4.57. A breakfast right now is like $12.
I know.
Remember when we were kids? It wasn't. It was
Yeah.
like $3.23.
I know.
I remember that number but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But the thing was, they looked at me and I go, yeah, I'll pay the person behind me. They're like, okay, $12.82, and I was like, oh wait, no, it was 24. I remember, because the 12, I was like, oh my gosh, I would have done like 12, no problem.
See, I was gonna frown at you. I was gonna be like, that's not that much.
So much more money than what I was paying, and because even the cashier looked at me like,
Did you think about it all day?
they mouthed me. They're like, you don't have to do this. I'm like, no, I'm like, here's just do it.
Just do it.
And I was just like that person. But then my other story is, it kind of all works out even because one time I went to McDonald's and then I ordered, again, a breakfast sandwich or something like that. And not paying attention, they just hand me like the drink, they hand me the bag, I put it to the side, and then I pull over to eat. And next thing you know is I open up the bag, not paying attention. There were 12 Egg McMuffins sitting in the bag. Someone ordered ahead of me or behind me. They ordered 12 McMuffins or, Egg McMuffin or whatever it is. I ordered, like a meal. So like an Egg McMuffin, hash brown, and a drink. And so I had 12 Egg McMuffins.
What'd you do with them?
Well, I thought about bringing it back, but if you bring it back, once they give it to you,
yeah.
they throw it out.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's a waste of food. I feel wrong. I was so just
I would have
stuck.
felt like the biggest hero at work, wherever I was
I
going.
did. I brought it to work. I'm like, hey,
how you
everybody,
do
guess
it.
what? Here you go.
Like you did it on purpose. I just wanted to make everybody's day.
love you all. I love you all so
Great to
much.
work with you guys. I did that at my unit to all the, like I bought like 50 sausage egg McMuffins.
Okay.
And sometimes, just because we got security forces and, all these other people that are out there working hard and,
Yeah.
doing their thing. And I like to make everybody's day. I felt like it was slow motion, and there was some heroic music in the background. I don't know the song, but I just hand it to them. It's a good feeling. It's a good feeling to make someone just to see the look on their face, even though it's a sausage egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm glad you got to experience that for free, Yeah.
So it all it all worked out in the end. I had to pay a lot one time, but McDonald's, we broke even, I guess, is how I can look at it.
Isn't that the secret to life, man? You put
Yeah.
out good energy, you get it back.
So,
I believe it. I believe it. If you throw out negative's coming for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just so. Yeah, the universe paid you back a little bit.
So
And
there we go.
sausage egg
So
McMuffin.
there's our story on that. But I want to get to what's going on with you. I want to.
Okay.
Okay, we've gone long enough here on this crap.
No, that was great. See, I'm glad you did that. You went natural.
There we go. That's all it is.
You gotta get
So-
you gotta get loose, and that's good. That's good.
But I want you now to take this time, tell everybody kind of what's going on, and let's kind of go into the whole where you're going with this whole plan that you have.
I don't know how deep, because I'm not really. I guess I'm not opposed to talking about anything. I'm an open book when it comes to everything. And just to sum it up, because I tend to say way more words than I need to tell a story. So I'm trying to spare you guys that and sum it all up. But long story short, I just retired from the Air Force. I got medically retired for a lot of, physical and mental health reasons, and, took the steps to sort of help myself. And, that world wasn't working for me anymore. It served its purpose for 14 years. And it was great. It really was. It made me the person I am, but I wanted to, I was sort of hitting a level of depression and, unhappiness, because I don't know what it was. I just wanted to do comedy. I was kind of the last couple of years in the military, I was faking it.
Okay.
Trying to play that role.
Yeah.
And wearing those hats and trying to be Gary and be Sergeant and be this. And, it was a weird space to be in. And finally, I kind of took the steps. I was honest about my mental health and, was able to retire early. And kind of, I wanted to pay that forward because I got taken care of, and which I feel I deserve. I put in my time.
Absolutely.
But I want to make it a positive thing. I don't want to be broken by this. I want to keep walking up that hill and at least help people. So, by doing comedy, and whether that be doing stand-up, working with comedians, or doing improv therapy with veterans, I'm trying to find something within that space.
Yeah.
I just don't know what it is.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know the kind of people I want to work with, and we could go back and talk about what we did earlier about being happy and finding that. It's not about the paycheck. It's not about I mean, it is and it isn't, but more so for me at least, it's about doing a thing. And I'm trying to get as close to it as possible. I just don't know how.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've really been kind of just taking my time, because I just retired in August, and I'm just trying to find a space, a place, a tribe, and kind of go from there. Just make everybody laugh. And I think right now with open mics, that's what I need. I'm starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Right. I've done open mics. I've done comedy plenty of times. I know I'm good at it. I know I need a lot of work. because I want to take it more seriously than I did when I originally did it.
Yeah.
You know, I was immature, just trying to make people laugh, and not knowing the structure or appreciate what that art was.
Okay.
And now being, you know, my age and trying to do it the right way. And it just, I mean, that's, I think within that space of finding the right people comedically, the people who are cheering you on, you know, and it kind of have the same goal in mind. It's not about the fame. It's not about the success. It's about just having that medium balance of doing that thing and helping everybody around. And I think I really could, you know, tap into that world of the veteran community, especially, and anybody dealing with mental health issues and struggling in the military and or struggling with life in general and trying to find, you know, a space to sort of heal, you know, so,
Yeah.
Again, I just don't know how to do that yet.
You'll get there, though.
I'm trying to figure it out, man.
Now, are you doing anything like at least online so people can like watch on social media, like on YouTube, like just like little sets or anything like that?
Yeah.
Or shorts? I mean, honestly, shorts would be the best thing.
The stories or
The shorts like on YouTube and stuff like that, and stories like you see on Facebook or things like that, or the reels. I think it's reels, Xavier. I think for Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
So-
I do. Well, I got off of Facebook. Unfortunately, I'm not social networking savvy. Like I don't have all the things. It crowds my mind too much.
Yeah.
You know, and trying to like get in that digital verse or whatever platform of your choosing. Just so it doesn't take away some of the negativity opinions. I don't, how do I put this? I don't really know how to do it or have a desire to do it, but I know I have to do it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You know, and nothing against any of the platforms. You know what I mean? Nothing
Yeah.
against it. But like I would love to be at a point where I hire somebody to do all that. I just make the content and someone goes, here, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least because that's not my superpower.
Yep.
I should have been a game show host or, you know, I mean, that's where I thrive, but I can't do all those things and do that one thing correctly.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
But I do shorts and stories on Instagram. Go ahead, Gary. That's what I'm limited to. And I probably more than likely, because I see the looks you're giving me, probably get TikTok and YouTube and
Don't do
all the-
TikTok.
No, I know.
I won't do TikTok just because of everything I'm hearing. Just with
yeah, right.
So
And I know some things, Chuck.
I bet you do. That's just and that's why I'm like, I don't know why. Just me.
It's scary.
I mean, if I had a digital device where it doesn't have any of my real information in it, and all it is mainly used for TikTok, like if I just did that,
Yeah, like a
then
TikTok.
I would be okay with it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Then,
like
then I'm okay with it because I have nothing else on this phone for them to read except that.
Right.
So I mean,
Because if you look at the agreements, it's insane.
oh yeah, did you see Joe Rogan? Like he read it. Yeah, he was reading it on his podcast once, and I was
Scary.
like, dude.
Scary. And from my experience, listen, you know, and not to get down a rabbit hole of threats, conspiracies.
Yeah, I don't want to go that far. Yeah, but just
It's just
it's my own personal choice.
It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary to think that you know that's more important than life itself, than the real thing.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
And I
like,
mean,
wait a minute, are we in the moment, or are we
I know.
just grabbing our phones and like, you know, doing the dance? And again, those TikTokers, they're making it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with that too. And you know, people have been talking to me and like, oh, you'll get so quick.
I know.
And I know that, but that's not my goal.
Yeah.
I don't want to get famous. I don't
Yeah.
want to, you know, reach to a bunch of people that I have to kind of play to. I just want to maybe be myself and create a fan base based off of that.
That's the same thing with Bacon on the Rocks. I mean, if
Yeah.
I can help people, and this is the platform I want to do, I want it to be positive. I want it to be good because that's why it was made during COVID because everybody was so just unhappy at the start of it. We started back in 2020.
Right.
And it's just, I was like, we just need something good. You know,
Yeah.
I don't want negative. I don't want to talk about politics on here. I want it to be just, guess what? This is some funny stuff. Here's some funny clips. Here, you know, just
Clean,
good.
Yeah, clean,
You know,
good, funny
that's
for the
just it.
kids, for everything that you're not listening to, and the
Yeah.
you know, the parents over here, they're like, what are they talking about?
Yeah.
I hear that all the time. I'm on the other end of that too as well.
that's okay. Yeah.
You know, and but I also I'm glad. I really was curious to see how I handled myself within this space.
yeah.
You know, and it's fun. It's not as hard as I thought to
Yeah.
sort of just maybe turn down the volume, or you're not changing your moral compass. You're just sort of like, you're being you. You're just adhering towards the audience a little
Yeah.
bit, but not changing.
Yeah.
Does that
Yep.
make, yeah. So That's where I had a problem with before. It's, it's I could read people. I read the crowd, and that's the best thing of it all. And especially with this, I can imagine the call-ins, or if once that starts happening, that's got to be a good time.
Yeah,
because now you're getting the energy of someone else. They're having fun with it, and like you said, with COVID and everything, that connection's gone.
Yeah,
and we need to bring it back.
Exactly.
We
That's
need
just
to
it.
be more human, do the right thing, be kind while doing it, and sort of do that. If you got something negative to say, just don't say it.
Yep.
Don't. You see these people. I go right to the comments.
Yeah.
Because I'm so curious to see,
See, and I avoid them. That's funny because I'm like, I don't even, whatever.
No, not even my comments. Even with my comments when on Instagram, because I could post something I could share something so heartfelt in a comment and really thank someone, or really, which I tend to do 99% of the time. I really like to go out of my way to do that, because I know that someone reads that and they're like, man, I could go through all my comments and you'd be like, you're a sweetheart, dude. But also, there's the other side of that where there's bullies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I've been bullied. So I'm like, and I see it, I'm like, oh, no. You're not going to do that.
Yep.
And kind of call them out positively.
Yeah.
Why don't we think about, saying something or tearing someone down or doing that? It's like, it costs nothing. It takes less energy to be kind.
I know.
This is what I tell my kids.
Yep.
It takes less energy. You're going to go out of your way to say something negative to someone. So that's always been the thing, but I think COVID, like you said, exaggerated that. And I'm really glad that you found something within that. And I'm excited for you, man. I hope you really continue this, and
we're trying. We are.
That's it's great to kind of see all this. And I haven't done many of these. I'll do Instagram lives and do shorts and stories, but podcasting and seeing how that all works, and the rhythm.
Yeah.
You talk, I listen.
Yep.
I have a tendency to sort of talk over people. I'm working on that too. So I apologize if I do that.
You're doing fine. No, all good.
When you get excited though, and you have a thought, and you're like, wait, I know yours is funny, but hold on.
I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
That's my worst thing, is I will forget.
I have ADHD,
in the middle
man.
of it.
I'm done with that, but I really try to take a.
Yeah. So if people ever watch the podcast on here, you'll see sometimes, and I'm trying to get better myself. First, it's this hand thing I do a lot of, which I got to stop, I've noticed. But I've also noticed when someone is talking, it's like my eyes will sit there and I'll kind of like dart them back and forth, because I'm registering what they're saying. And then I'm like, okay, where am I going to go with it? What's the next thing I want to say to them? Like, that's always going in my head. I'm really trying to pay attention. I'm analyzing everything, to sit there and be like, okay, where are we going with this? And so you see my eyes like dart left and right a lot.
No, you got really good. You got really good eye contact, man.
It depends. I have seen sometimes where it's like, especially like if you're talking, then I'm like just listening to you. Then Xavier will cut to me when you shouldn't be cutting to me because I'm not talking. And then my eyes are just like darting back and forth. I'm like, nope, just lock on. So
yeah, it's tough, man. It's a tough game.
It is.
It really is. It's
how
tough
you get better.
Yeah, and it's practice. You got to be willing to fail.
Yep.
That's what I tell my kids. It's like, be uncomfortable, or be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yep.
The minute I started owning those embarrassing moments, like even with comedy, I've done a lot of open mics. I've done venues. I've bombed horrifically. I've had crowds look at me like, oh my God.
Oh no.
And or even telling jokes and forgetting about the joke I was going to say, because I'll go and ad lib.
Yeah.
I'll go up there and have topics. And that's why when you text me and I saw the structure, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I know. Usually I send a whole little questionnaire ahead of time, and I failed on that. That's why I was I felt bad.
I know. Don't feel bad. I just, this is really great, man. And I think this is how I'm learning to better myself and what I need to improve upon. But I'm also willing to bomb horrifically and get right back up on stage.
Yep.
Be like, hey, guys, give me another chance. You know what I mean? I'm okay with people not liking me. I'm okay with, maybe not being someone's cup of tea.
Yeah.
And once you do that, once you say, hey, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm still a cup of tea.
Yep.
That's where the magic starts happening.
Exactly.
That's where the natural rhythm of who you are. You know what I mean? Not worrying about this or perception or anything like that. Because I think a lot of us tend to make that the most important thing. Just out of human existence, we want to be accepted. We want to be, people. We want people to like us. And sometimes you got to be okay with going, man, no. They like me. They just don't like themselves, or whatever. Whatever you want to tell yourself. I mean, hey, I may be lying to myself, but I feel better at the end of the day. So,
So one more time, so everybody is like focused on it. What is where are you trying to get to right now? What's your next step? I guess is what I want to ask. Like,
Next step
for
is
this.
to create an open mic, just a venue, just have a whether it be on Sundays or Mondays, something simple, something where I could practice, because that's what I need to do. I don't have a space to practice.
Okay.
Right now, I don't have a space to practice the material. I don't have people to work off of it. We're supportive people, rather honest people.
Yeah.
You need that, and you need to you find that tribe.
Okay.
That comedic tribe.
Yeah.
And and then hopefully what I see from there is just bringing the best out of people. I've been to open mics where I've talked to some older women that they're in their prime, and they're like, I always wanted to do stand up. That lady, character I didn't know if they would be smoking a cigarette. They got the voice to do it, or a cigar or something. And I'm like, you got to get up there. The more people I talk to, I notice that they want to do it.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, be uncomfortable. Just go up there and just try it.
Yeah.
I want to create a space to do that.
Nice.
So I think it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time, and I think I've been more of a talker than a doer. If I'm being honest with myself, me and my buddy were actually supposed to start a podcast. I was telling you about that. It's like after talking to you, I'm like, oh no. And you want to have. I just want to have honest conversations with people. I want to be able to help with mental health. I don't have any education in it, but I have a lot of life experience, and maybe I need to take the steps to do that.
Yeah.
Tying something comedically. I'm certified in hypnotherapy.
Okay.
Believe it or not, I do hypnosis.
Oh, okay.
I don't practice.
Yeah.
It's helped me. But I don't know how to do that too, because it sounds sort of cultish in a lot of ways, where when the guy who did it on me, he helped me quit smoking, and it worked.
Okay.
Right. And maybe it was all in my mind. And the more I talk to people, like, that's all in your mind. You just paid someone so much money to, and I never, like, how do you do that and charge people?
Yeah.
I don't, I want to help people, and I don't know. I'd probably be, I just don't know how to make anything out of a career, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how to, I have all these talents and all these skill sets and just being human.
Yeah.
I think I'm an all around, man, I love me some Gary type of human.
Okay.
But how do you do that for life?
Yeah.
How do you make a career out of being Gary?
I know, right?
That's
how to be Chuck,
well,
making on the rocks. No, that ain't working.
Yeah. How long have you been doing this for?
Since 2020, at least this part,
Okay, so are you feel like you're gaining, or like at those
it's plateau. It's the same. It's I really want to get it to the next level where we got a couple sponsors. We can then get a studio, because like I said, I want to host other people's podcasts. I want to be able to kind of take you that, because somebody down there could handle like that, and that could be a little business for him to. It's not so much for me; it's for them to have something.
And if let's say you did have a space, right?
Yep.
With all the things.
Yep.
Because I could imagine.
Because it's all.
I'm looking at you right now. You'd probably have all the things. Like, you're like, I got this green screen, guys. If you want to be in ocean for a little while,
I got the green
we'll
screen.
Show
all
you.
that. Yep.
Like one of the things that look like a private jet.
Yep.
In the studio.
I just want to let you know, Mike just texted me right now. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Mike. What's going
watching,
down,
and
man?
he
He
says,
sent me a message.
Oh, did he? What did he say?
Did.
Oh.
He said, "What's up, Chuck?"
but then he just texted me and says, "I know Gary!" Exclamation point.
Oh yeah. Hi, Mike. How are you, man? A little less. I have a little less hair, and I have a beard.
Let me see if I can. Let me see here.
His voice is really deep on it, isn't it? Too.
Mike's.
He's got a sultry voice. Is it sultry? It's such a good word.
Let me see here. I'm gonna take a
But it's a
second.
compliment too, man. Create an R&B album.
Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can get the.
This is Mike on the mic. Oh, that's your tagline, man. Let's see how we would
Let's see if I can
vibe.
get this. Forget the device. Sorry, I gotta. I'm trying to get him. I'm trying to get Mike on the phone actually right now. We'll see if we can call him quick, and we'll have him call in. Rodecaster Pro. There we go, and we are now connected. Yes. Wait, no. Sorry, everybody. Yes, we are connected. Okay, so I'm gonna call Mike here quick. Stand by.
I should have went live on mine. How long do you go for?
We're getting pretty close here for the end. We got to do we got that one bit we're gonna do here, so I'm gonna just get Mike on the phone quick.
Next time, if there is, I'll definitely. I don't know how I tie that in,
Let's see here.
or at least tag your.
There he is.
Let's see his sultry
Let's
voice.
see if he answers me.
He's probably not gonna. Wait,
Yeah.
it's 10 o'clock. He can't talk loud in the
He
house.
just texted me. He's up.
Does he have a man space?
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like you could hear everything in my house.
Oh, yeah, this house too.
Really?
Yeah.
It's really.
Why is he not answering, Mike? What are you doing?
Listen, I get it. I get it. We'll.
Anyways,
he's not prepared for this.
Your call has been forwarded to an
That's not
automated
Mike.
voice
That's not his
messaging
sultry
system.
voice.
3, 1,
Okay, I'm gonna
5.
hang. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're gonna end. So
I never, you know, when it comes to voicemails, it's so funny because 9 times out of 10, it's
not
no
set
one
up.
has their own recording,
Yep.
or it's not set up,
Yep.
or their voicemail's full. People don't even. Do you kids use voicemail anymore?
Oh, now he's calling me back.
okay.
hold
So
on.
here he goes.
Hello, this is Wendy's. How can I help you? Wait, hold on. Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir. We're having a hard
Wendy's,
time.
hello.
Hold on. Are you there, sir?
You there?
Oh, see,
there he is.
there's a sultry voice. I told
Hi,
you.
Mike.
I had to connect you through the Roadcaster, so that way it sounded pretty good on my end.
You sound good.
See, so
Mike, you need some video too, man.
yeah.
you're-
If I watch the video, it'll probably be way too lagged, so that'll kind of be weird.
Yeah, man, we were just talking about like because I was curious. I know it's late, you know, and the kids and everything. I don't have a man space in my house, and you could hear everything. You know, and I was outside one night and on my patio, going live on Instagram, and you hear my daughter like tap from the window upstairs, and I'm talking low, and it's just so I could kind of relate. At least that's why I was assuming you didn't answer.
No, I was just I was plugging everything into my podcast unit here, so that way at least it sounded a little bit better.
Do you
than
guys
just
use all
talking
the
to
same
cell phone.
equipment together?
I think he has the same board.
Yeah, well, I have the same board he has. I just figured I was gonna get this all set up, but then, 9 o'clock came, and then somebody wanted pasta dinner, somebody wanted this, somebody wanted that, because nobody's ever ready to go to bed. You know how it goes.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
So,
They're not.
and then I just sat down for 2 seconds, and I was like, oh, let me pop on the live feed to see if they're still on. And I'm like, oh my God, that's Gary.
Yeah, man, isn't it crazy?
Because Chuck didn't disclose like all the information to me. He's like, oh, I got a guy that's gonna come on. I'm like, oh, cool. And then
Oh, he
like,
did
gee.
ninja. Good for him. Good for him. That's great, man. Well, I'm trying to plug it. I appreciate being a part of this. I'm really like excited that you guys are doing this, and I hope you continue to do it. I know it's hard because after talking to Chuck here, I was like, oh, I don't. This is
I scared him a little bit.
this
I
is
didn't mean
harder
to.
than I thought. So I can't just do
but
this
you
on my
don't
phone and
have
succeed.
to do what we do. You can just do the normal. You just start slow. That's how this started. We weren't I had 2 other video professionals working with me. That's why it was easier for us to start the whole thing as a stream and do it that way when we first did it.
Damn, Mike, you have a background in this as well? All the technology behind it, like Chuck, or
Chuck's more of a video kind of guy. I'm
Yeah.
more like the techie IT computer guy.
Oh, okay, man, you guys are
So
wizards.
So it kind of works, but like they just don't make they make equipment for stuff like this, and they just give you just enough, and then you got to have like something else. Like nobody really has like a one piece deal, like you know what I'm saying, where you can
Yeah.
just have it all in one thing,
Yep.
take it all out, put it, set it up, take it down, set it up, take it down. But that's why like a big studio comes into place where everything stays there and blah 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 blah. But
Yeah,
we're
but they
getting there,
make it
right?
so you got to upgrade, or like you said. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That stuff you bought just this year is like, oh, that's old. Are you kidding? We got holograms now. Like, what are you talking about?
Yep.
So
No, everything. It's totally different now, and that's the thing. It's like, oh, you can't install these updates because you need to have the new version of our hardware now. Because now you can't. It's like when they launch a new iPhone, it's like, why is my iPhone 14 not working now? Oh, because they launched an iPhone 15. So they
Yeah,
just, like,
exactly.
Turn you down. They turn the volume down on the iPhone 14s and crank up the iPhone 15. So, here we
it's
go.
insane, man. They got us. They got us. Here we got it's not even the 16. It's the 15.25. 681. It came out like 2 weeks after the 15. So yeah, it's
it's true.
it's tough to keep up with, man.
I have perfectly good Apple computers that like run faster than any Windows computer I could have, but like they're older, so all these apps are like, oh, your browser's not up to date. Oh, this isn't up to date. I'm like, there's nothing wrong with this computer. You're making me upgrade. Like, there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, but you for our age, I'm not going to disclose. I don't know if you're comfortable with that. I don't care. but I mean,
I don't care.
we're around the same age, and for you to work in tech is like sort of just insane because we grew up in a time of AIM, pagers,
Yeah.
Oregon Trail. You know what I mean?
We actually grew up in the best time, though.
We did grow up
Yes,
in the
we
best
did.
time.
We literally came into all of that stuff. Like, we were like the early adapters.
Yep.
Like, we had Commodore 64s. We had the PET computers in school. Remember?
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
I remember being in Roosevelt School, and we'd put like a cassette tape in and hit play, and it was a game. And you're like, oh, look at this. And then we just came all the way, you know?
Roosevelt.
Like
You went to
Walkman.
Roosevelt too?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh my God, they knocked that down, man.
I know. I drove past there not too long ago, and I was like, "What is all this?" There's like all these new houses. I'm like, "Oh my God!"
Well, it was better than that castle that guy built. That way he put walls around it.
The castle was fabulous. I love the castle.
Yeah, I wanted to go inside. I was like, this guy came in and just bought a school and just said, I'm going to make it a castle. I'm going to put big walls around it.
It's probably okay to say that I've been inside. I went inside that when it was the castle because it's knocked down now. So
Yeah,
so
no.
me and a
Yeah,
friend
it's
that-
okay. You could have said it
Me and
even
a-
if it wasn't.
Me and a friend that lived across the street back then went over there. And
You lived
we
on
used to get into
Brinkerhoff?
the- No, Mark, my friend Mark lived on Brinkerhoff. so we
I lived on
we used to always-
Brinkerhoff.
We used to have a way to get in there all the time, you know. So we went in there, and one day there was like, you know, they were, you know, kind of like Arab guys that were running the place.
Yeah.
And we saw them all leave, so we were like, oh, let's go in there and see what they're doing. So we went in our secret way. We go in, and we were like checking it all out, whatever. They had the doors changed from the inside, and I was like, what the heck, right? So we're in there, we're around. Then they came back. We were only in there for a few minutes, and they like came back, and we heard them coming in. Like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We ended up like running through the whole place, and then we got to the gym, and every single desk in the whole entire school was piled on top of one another in the gym, almost to the ceiling.
They didn't know
So
what
we
to
were
do with them.
army- We were army crawling underneath all the desks to get out like the fire exit on the other side, and thank God that door wasn't chained and we got out. I think they would have killed us. I'm pretty sure.
That's insane, man. Because
'Cause we were like-
you could
We
have.
were like 13 or 14.
Yeah,
years
but
old. I
that's
think
when
they
you
would've
did
killed
those
us.
hood games. That's when you broke into abandoned buildings. That's when you know what I mean? That's when it was our
It
culture.
was urban exploring.
It was our
That's what it was.
culture, man. That was our
Yeah.
jungle gym. Our parents didn't care where we went. You just come home.
Sometimes you'd even skip school and go urban exploring, and then
Yeah,
that's just kinda
that
what it
too.
was, so.
That too, man. Oh, I miss those days. Bringing it back, yeah. What a completely
was fun.
different generation. I mean,
Oh, they'll never know. They'll never know today.
you know, I'm trying to. My daughters are, thank God, they're level headed and they're balanced. They play Roblox all the time, but like you know, they still don't know how to ride bikes yet. I can't. They fell once and now they won't ride bikes. I'm like, I don't know how to.
It's a different world though. Like
But-
back then, you could go urban explore and go somewhere, and somebody would just come and say, "Oh, get out of here, you kids," and you just run away, and it was
Yeah.
no big deal. Now
People are
forget about
scary.
it, you know?
Yeah, it's scary.
Somebody would come and be like, "Oh, they damaged my property, even though that was falling down," and so
Yeah.
it's just different times.
Yeah, it is different
But we
times.
got to have all the fun. See, so we had all the fun. We had all that cool stuff back then, and we moved on with technology, and we got to play outside until the street lights came on. We did all of it. So
Yeah,
we're not dated. We're vintage. We're vintage.
we are vintage. I like that. I know I went to my reunion, the 98-ish reunion for Proctor. Yes, yeah, I'm 43. And so you guys, and you're older. Are you guys older than me? Let's play a game.
Just a few.
I'm
Just-
42.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm only 3 years older than you. So
Yeah. See, I went 98-ish, and I got complimented a lot, and I saw some people that I tell you what, you see people go down the hill. I'm walking up it. You know, in the looks wise, yeah, I felt good about it. And that
that's
was
another thing from our generation too. I think like as far as like looks goes, I see all the people I've gone to high school with, and like 90% of them look exactly the same or better. It's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder if that's gonna be. Well, I don't know what we're morphing
I
into.
hope that lasts. I hope that lasts. Maybe it's like a 50-year-old thing, but we'll see what happens.
I don't know. A lot of people that I went to school with, because maybe I'm bald and I'm biased, but I see more of these kids having better heads of hair. Like this generation that I see, they look like Abercrombie models, these kids. Like you're like, why do all these kids have 24-pack abs? And they look like they just got off a photo shoot. Yeah.
They didn't deal with the stress we had back then, that's why.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but you remember the girls, they had they had that grease curl like padded to their head.
The Aquanet.
Yeah. And then they did big clothes. Real big clothes. Yeah. That was a different time. But rap was good. So
it's gotta come back, right? Eventually.
Yeah,
maybe someday.
absolutely.
We'll see.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
What kind of music you listen to, Chuck? Can I guess?
A little bit of, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I don't want to say
even I'm like
everything. I think.
I think you do. Yeah, I listen to everything
just
too.
a little bit of everything, a little bit of country, a little bit of pop, a little bit of alternative.
I don't hate anything.
Just like heavy metal, I'm not into. That really screaming in the microphone, that I'm not into.
Yeah, like Hate Your Mother kind of.
Yeah, that I have no desire to listen to.
You need therapy instead of going on stage and getting a microphone. You're crying. You're crying, singing really loud. Or that mumble rap too. Or some of these kids like, X, what are you into, man? What music? Because I want to know this for the gender. Because I want to keep it real with my daughters. No cap, on God. Is that what they say these days? Is that the lingo?
That's what they say today. That's what they say. But that might already be outdated now. So
is it?
Yeah, it is.
What's a phrase you guys say? Come on, man. You got to give me something, X. I know you're quiet.
Xavier knows.
Are you guys?
He's blinking a lot.
Are you still drinking? Is like Logan Paul the thing, and you guys still drinking Prime?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's okay.
I was asked the other day. I was doing something. They said, "Oh man, let me try that John out." I was like, "That what? You want to try what? That John?
That John?
What?
John.
Do you say that, Xavier? Do you say, "Let me try this John"?
No.
Let me try.
Look at those Johns. Like if you got some pretty sweet kicks on, those are some sweet Johns. Like I don't know.
Really? That's what I never heard that.
From.
No.
Yeah, I know.
I'm still trying to figure out the cap thing.
Well, no cap means it's serious.
Oh, is that what it is?
And I think
it means you're serious.
It means
lying or something.
No, it means you're the real deal. Like if you're like, I'm going to the grocery store, no cap. Your wife, she knows what you're going to do. You're going to grocery shop.
we were at a party recently, and my son was there, and people were dancing and stuff. And the bartender got out there and he started dancing. He's like, "Oh, look at him. He's getting 30." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't know. I didn't know that. So getting 30 is a thing. Like, so, but I
Xavier's nodding his head like, "Yep, that's a thing."
Getting sturdy is a thing.
I go to.
Can you write a list for us, maybe, man? One of these days. Not now. Not now, but I need
Let me read you guys the Urban Dictionary for get sturdy. Ready?
Yeah, please.
Because I had to look it up, and I had to show like other people at my table that were probably almost 10 years older than I was. Like I had to like look it up for them because they didn't understand.
Yeah.
And okay, so the definition of get sturdy on Urban Dictionary is to go crazy in the club or a dance event. Anyone who gets sturdy can pull dimes without trying. And then here it is used in a sentence. Benny had to get sturdy by the fire and pulled every chick he's seen since.
Oh my gosh.
So if you get sturdy, you get out there and get sturdy, Chuck. Get sturdy.
Yeah, but that doesn't coincide with like today's world because dimes aren't like coins are like dirty money.
Yeah.
Is that digital dimes? Or is that, what's the equation? Is it Bitcoin?
He's saying dimes like to pull honey. So it's
yeah.
Like girls that are tens.
So you wouldn't say you're keeping it sturdy. It would kind of like if I were to be like, wow, me and you are at a club. Mike's really getting sturdy or being sturdy?
I guess getting sturdy.
Getting sturdy.
Is that?
I don't know what being sturdy. Look that up. But
see, there's the problems. What's the hype word before the actual word? You know what I mean? Because I don't understand. A sturdy is just standing.
Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary is always my thing. Even when I'm out somewhere in public and I hear people talking slang, I listen for keywords, and then I have to sometimes usually I know what it is because you can just kind of tell what somebody's talking about.
Mhm.
But sometimes I have to look them up for the true definition, and I'm just like, oh, all right, like if you look up skirt, that's a funny one. It's like when you're driving the car and you're peeling out, it's like your skirting. So whatever.
There's this
Anyway,
there's this couple on I think Instagram. I wish I had their handle because they do. What's this generation? Is it what generation are we in? Millennials?
I don't know.
What?
Chuck's a millennial.
No. Okay, so no. Is it Gen Z, Gen X? What's the generation now? Is it
The one right now,
like
it's,
teen, young adults?
I don't even
Let's
know.
see. I gotta look it up. I don't even know. I'm gonna just find out for you guys. Xavier should
Xavier.
know.
Look,
I don't know.
what's your generation? You don't know your generation?
No.
Generation Alpha describes the current generation of children who began being born in the year of 2010.
Oh, you just
They are
missed
the
that,
children
Xavier,
of-
by a
they are
year.
the-
Yeah.
They are the
Generation
they are the children
Alpha?
of the So Generation Alpha is the children of millennials.
Generation Alpha. There's so much
and
we
often
could
the younger siblings of Generation Z. So Generation Z must have been
yeah.
after the I don't know. That's crazy.
Well, there's this
Yeah.
couple they do the conversations for Gen X, Gen Z, and they're
With like different dialects. of how they talk.
and I'm like, and it's just so funny, and I wish I could do an example, but it sounds like they're talking in a different language. It is insane, and they go with it's so funny, but yeah, it's tough because
and people think we wouldn't be able to communicate with aliens. Could you imagine if they landed in the wrong part of town? The aliens would be like, "What? We went to Earth and we got sturdy and we did like they'd say, what the heck?"
Oh my God, you ever been to New Orleans? I'm confused all the time. I couldn't.
They don't even. It's not even English there though, because they talk like a whole different everything. It's very weird.
Yeah. But I think it'd be funny to see aliens just go to high schools, and they would probably just leave right now because they wouldn't know. I don't think they'd know. It'd be really funny to see aliens try and struggle with that conversation.
So, Mike,
I just told my kids the other day, like there was some young kids and then some adults like my age, and I was like, man, like these kids have it made today. What would have happened if you got caught with your Walkman or something in school? It got confiscated immediately. The guidance counselor was like, if I see it again, I'm going to keep it all year. And they did. They did stuff like that. Like, they didn't mess around. Now, you got phones and you got AirPods and you got, can you imagine? Like, oh my God, I don't even know. Crazy.
Neuralink. You know what I mean? Imagine if you could just Google something. Like I saw something on the news for the trials for that and the human trials and they were taking volunteers. I'm like, I kind of question if I wanted to just do it. I'm like, I don't see. I want to be able to have machine-like power, but I don't know. I'd probably
you'd be like a hybrid.
Yeah,
like
I know.
Half robot, half man.
But it'd be kind of cool if they did the metal thing, like going through the head, like just a half piece. You know what I mean? Make it just for flair, bling it out. But Chuck, you were saying something,
You
man?
could add it.
Oh, so what we've got actually, I'm kind of glad you called because we've got 5 dad. I was gonna have him. We're gonna do dad jokes, and we're gonna have Xavier rate it. But now that you're on, you can help to. You can both rate it, Xavier. This isn't gonna just be. This isn't just gonna be us or you or whatever. It can be both of you. So hold on, I got to figure out what music we're gonna play. No, what's this one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, that's the old.
No, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah,
good one.
no, that's not it. So, okay, so what we're going to do, here we go, is we're going to do 5 dad jokes each, and we're going to see who has the best one. Are you guys ready?
Sure.
Mike, can you hear us okay?
Wait, we just have to make them up?
Oh, if you no, I wrote mine down. I'm not funny. I can't. I wrote mine
I
down.
can't just make them off the
Yeah,
cuff
if you
either.
wanna-
And
if you
plus,
wanna
my
find the-
dad jokes are dirty. You know what I mean? So
Well-
let's keep it PG. So I Googled some dad jokes.
Okay, that's fine. That's what I did too. So we got okay. So you go ahead. Okay, so you're the guest. So Gary, go ahead. You got the first one.
I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I just don't know why.
Oh, Xavier got a smile.
I don't know why.
Get it? Because there's 20. Okay. You got it? Okay. So here's my first one. Okay. Every time I take my dog to the park, the ducks try to bite him. That's what I get for buying a purebred dog.
Wait a minute.
What?
Pure. Okay. Wait, say it again.
The dog is pure
Yeah.
bread because ducks eat bread.
Oh god.
No, no.
No. I'm not here to judge you. It's
You
only,
just
it's,
judged.
it's Xavier's, not mine.
Xavier huffed and puffed. Okay, here we go. Gary's number 2.
My dog is a genius. I asked him what's 2 minus 2, and he said nothing.
Oh boy.
He's trying to
Mike
hide
laughed. Mike laughed. I think that's a good one. That was a good one. Okay.
But I Googled these, so I'm not taking any
I
credit.
did too. No,
Okay.
no, I did too. So, okay, my next one is, why is it bad to iron your 4-leaf clover? Because you shouldn't press your luck.
Ooh.
It's good. It's good.
Xavier, I didn't get any reaction at all. I didn't get an from him. So,
There's an old Irish grandpa somewhere telling his grandkid that joke right now.
I know. Okay, go ahead. Number 3, Gary.
I'm reading an anti-gravity book, and I just can't put it down.
Xavier's still working
I
on
just can't put it down.
Terrible. Terrible.
it. Okay. My next one is, which bear is the most condescending? A panda. A pan.
I don't
Duh.
know. Yeah, okay.
No, I got it. I got it.
Well, my son was looking at me like, what?
He's not gonna. You know what I mean? We're just not getting him.
Okay, and here we go. Final one. So here you go. This is going to be for all the money.
My toddler is refusing to nap. He's guilty of resisting arrest. Ah, got him. Got him.
Okay, that was a good one. Okay. This. Oh. Okay, this is my last shot then. Let's see if I can make this. Oh, I got. Okay. Today, my son asked me, "Can I have a bookmark?" I burst into tears. He's 12 years old and he still doesn't know my name.
That's it. His name isn't Mark.
It's Xavier.
Get it?
Yeah.
Book. Get it? Bookmark.
Okay.
I was hyping you up. You're like,
I know you're trying. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, guys. So, who do we give? Who had the best one? Gary or Chuck? Gary?
Why don't we? So I guess you can
Xavier,
cheer
cut to Gary.
for
Yeah.
Right?
Gary or Chuck?
let's hear it for Chuck.
What? Oh yeah.
And then let's hear it for Gary.
Oh,
damn
look
it,
what
you
he's
only
doing.
did that because I was the guest. It's like a
No,
rite
you
of
had to go.
passage.
They both laughed at that. They both had laughed at that one.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think you definitely got that
You
one.
want to
so.
know why I did it though? Like the slow, because you got to let them pause, especially with the
I know.
dad jokes, because there's
You
no
gotta
punchline.
Yeah.
you got to stare at the crowd when you do it.
I know, and I was
And
trying to stare at
look.
the camera.
No, you'll stare right at his face and then say that, and then say the last part.
Yeah.
It sort of works every time.
Gary.
So
Could you imagine if it was those jokes that the old Utica dads used to tell us?
Oh my God,
those
man!
Those weren't
And they-
dad jokes.
and
those
they-
were some of the most raunchiest jokes. Like if you told a child those jokes, we'd probably get arrested.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
That's
about
not
this
bad,
on the
man.
other podcast because we got to dive into
We
that.
might do a quick side of bacon here.
You got to take notes. We'll do a side of bacon.
So, well, Gary, I want to thank you very much for coming on the
Yeah,
show.
absolutely,
It has
man. It
been
was a great
fantastic
time. It really was.
We really appreciate taking the time to spend with us here. Like you said, we're going to go on the other side, on the flip side, and we're going to do a side of bacon where he's going to kind of let loose a little bit more. So, Mike, hey, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. Good to have you on. I'm glad you were able to get through. So.
Yeah, glad I could talk to you guys.
So we'll definitely have you next week. And everybody, be sure to check out Bacon on the Rocks on all of our social media channels. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitter. We're everywhere. So thank you so much for listening. And be sure to check out another episode of Bacon on the Rocks. See ya.
Thanks, guys.